The elevator chimed as it reached the 27th floor of Halcyon Tech's glass-walled headquarters. Natalie Cruz stepped out, clutching her tablet, her mind racing faster than the city traffic below. It was pitch day, the day her team would present their prototype for Project Insight, an AI tool that could forecast market trends with near-human intuition. She'd spent 18 months perfecting the algorithm, testing, refining, building a system that could adapt like instinct. She'd coded most of it herself, working through weekends, fueled by instant coffee and stubborn faith. But what mattered now was this presentation. "Natalie!" She turned to see Marcus Hale jogging up, his tie loosened, his grin effortless. Marcus was the company's golden boy, charismatic, well-connected, and almost dangerously confident. They'd started in the same cohort, but his charm always drew the spotlight, while Natalie preferred the quiet work of building things that lasted. "Big day," he said, matching her stride. "Big day," she echoed. He flashed that practiced smile. "You'll do great, you always do." For a moment, she wanted to believe he meant it. Inside the boardroom, executives murmured over cappuccinos as screens flickered to life. Natalie set up her slides, heart pounding. She took a deep breath. "Focus. You've earned this." Then Marcus's voice cut through the room. "Morning, everyone. Before we begin, I'd like to introduce something new, our initiative, Project Intuit, developed by my team." Natalie froze. Intuit? The screen behind him lit up with graphics that mirrored her own deck. The same architecture, same interface, even her signature predictive heat map display. Her stomach dropped. Marcus continued smoothly, pacing with confidence. "We've built an AI that doesn't just read data, it learns human behavior. It predicts not only what people buy, but why. We call it intuitive analytics." Every word was hers. The phrasing, the theory, the presentation flow. He'd copied it all. Her fingers clenched around her tablet. Across the table, the CEO, Evelyn Pratt, leaned forward, intrigued. "Impressive, Marcus. This could change everything. What stage is the prototype at?" "It's nearly production ready," Marcus replied, glancing at Natalie with a smile that didn't reach his eyes. "We've been testing internally for weeks." Natalie wanted to speak, to shout, to expose him, but her voice wouldn't come. Evelyn nodded. "Excellent. We'll set a full demonstration for next month's Investor Summit." When the meeting ended, Marcus approached her casually. "Don't look so shocked," he said under his breath. "You weren't moving fast enough. I just, streamlined things." "You stole it," she whispered. He shrugged. "Innovation doesn't belong to one person. It belongs to whoever executes first." She watched him walk away, rage and disbelief twisting together in her chest. The following weeks blurred into sleepless nights. Marcus's name now appeared in every company memo. He was leading the Intuit launch, and Natalie's role had been reduced to technical consultant. She sat through meetings where her own ideas were praised as his genius. Her friends urged her to fight, but Halcyon's politics ran deep. Marcus's uncle was on the board. His network stretched far beyond hers. She'd filed a quiet complaint to HR, but the process would take time. One night, she sat alone in the lab, watching lines of code scroll across her monitor. It was the original system, the version that she had built before Marcus accessed her shared drive. And that's when she saw it. A flaw he hadn't noticed. Marcus had stolen the framework, but he hadn't understood it. He'd stripped out the adaptive layer that made the AI self-correct in real time. Without it, the model would look perfect in demos, but fail catastrophically in live data environments. Natalie leaned back, staring at the screen. A slow, dangerous smile curved her lips. If he wanted to present her work to the world, then she would let him, on her terms. The investor summit arrived like a storm. Journalists filled the glass auditorium, cameras flashing as the city skyline glowed beyond the stage. Halcyon Tech had spared no expense. LED displays, branded banners, an audience of venture capitalists waiting for a miracle. Marcus stood backstage, rehearsing his lines, perfectly composed. When Natalie walked by, he offered a smug nod. "Just try not to look too bitter when they announce me as project lead." She didn't answer. He turned back to the mirror, adjusting his tie, unaware of the small drive she'd inserted into the system an hour before. It wasn't sabotage, it was truth. The drive restored her original adaptive algorithm, locked behind her encryption, and would reveal authorship metadata on activation. The lights dimmed. Applause echoed. Marcus strode onto the stage, radiating confidence. "Ladies and gentlemen, what you're about to see will redefine predictive intelligence." He tapped the screen. The demo launched. Charts and forecasts lit up in brilliant color, dazzling the crowd. Then came the live test. "We'll feed in real-time data from the market and watch as Project Intuit predicts outcomes before they happen." For a moment it worked beautifully. The audience murmured with approval. Marcus shot Natalie a triumphant glance. Then the screen flickered. Numbers shifted erratically. The predictions spiraled into nonsense. The model stuttered, then crashed. Gasps rippled through the room. Marcus froze. Just a minor glitch." Before he could continue, a new interface bloomed across the display. Clean white text appeared. "System restored to original architecture, created by Natalie Cruz." A stunned silence filled the hall. Then murmurs, camera flashes, a rising wave of voices. Evelyn Pratt rose from her front row seat. "Marcus," she said slowly, "care to explain this?" Marcus's face drained of color. "I don't know what happened." But the feed had already switched to Natalie's terminal in the back row, showing timestamps, commit histories, and encrypted verification of authorship. She hadn't planned to humiliate him, but the truth was brighter than any spotlight. Evelyn turned toward her. "Natalie, is this accurate?" Natalie stood, her voice steady. "Yes, I built the system 18 months ago. Marcus copied my framework without permission. I only restored it to show the real version, the one that actually works." The room erupted in applause. Cameras turned. Reporters whispered furiously. Evelyn asked for silence and then looked at Marcus. "Mr. Hale, consider this your final day with Halcyon." Security escorted him out as Natalie stood frozen, adrenaline flooding her veins. Evelyn approached her. "That was extraordinary. I hope you're ready for some interviews." Natalie managed a faint smile. "I think I am." Within days, headlines spread across every tech outlet. "Engineer exposes fraud at Halcyon Summit. Stolen code, sweet justice." Investors called not to criticize, but to congratulate her for integrity and brilliance. Evelyn offered her the leadership of the new division. "You've earned this," she said. "The company needs people who build, not people who steal." For the first time, Natalie sat in Marcus's old office, overlooking the skyline. She thought of the long nights, the doubt, the moment she'd nearly walked away. Now her project was real, and it was hers. But her victory wasn't just professional. She'd learned that brilliance means nothing without courage, and that truth, even when buried, finds its way to light. Months later,
Halcyon Tech launched Project Insight under her direction. The AI performed flawlessly, drawing global attention. She was invited to speak at the World Innovation Forum, a stage streamed to millions. Backstage, as technicians prepped her slides, she glanced at her reflection in the monitor. The woman staring back was composed, calm, entirely herself. When she stepped on stage, applause greeted her. She told the story not of betrayal, but of belief. How ideas matter, how integrity outlasts shortcuts. Halfway through, she paused. She said, "Some people think success means taking what you can, but real success, lasting success, means creating something no one can take from you." The crowd rose to their feet. When she left the stage, the same piano notes that